with having 100% disabled veteran status, P&T TDIU. That means a check come in every single month for the rest of our lives, not having to do nothing. If I want to sit here on my closed-in porch, I'm still working on it, and scratch my balls for the rest of my life, I can do that. So that means that we have about $70,000 of income coming in every single year. Get this, that we ain't got to work for no more. How I became CJ on 32's biggest hater, according to the haters. Why would I say that? I was taught, I learned that if you're gonna do something to the fullest. So if I am CJ's hater, if I'm a hater of CJ, then I want to be his biggest hater. I want to be his biggest hater ever, because that's just what I was taught. Somebody said ninjas be wearing jealousy like cologne. So if I'm jealous of CJ, if I'm jealous of anybody, then I got the loudest cologne on. Y'all stay tuned, because I got something for y'all. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you. You see that right there? Because this is going to be very, very important. You see that tag right there? That's a military tag. Military tag, right? Let's go over to the bins, because this is going to be an important one. This right here, I mean, you don't want to miss this, because I am CJ on 32's biggest hater, according to his haters. Let me show you something. Uh-oh, you see that tag right there? That tag says DV. For the people that are slow, it stands for disabled veteran. Now, why is that so important? Why does Negro showing us a tag, man? We don't care about them tags, man. You just a hater because you ain't got what he got. You ain't living the lifestyle that he's living, and that's why you jealous. That's why you hating. That's why you making these videos. Well,
Number one is VA disability compensation pay. And veterans with 100% disability rating from the VA can receive the highest monthly tax-free compensation allowed by law.
I mean, that could be the case, you know, or I could be making the videos simply because I run a business. Let's go over here and take a seat, because we got some stuff to talk about. Oh, how I became CJ on 32's biggest hater, according to his haters. So let me break it down for you in regards to the military tag, because I'm ex-military, my wife is ex-military. We come from a family of ex-military. My dad served, my uncle served, her dad served. Her brother was in the military. Matter of fact, two of her brothers was in the military. When you have a DV tag,
if you're a disabled veteran and you don't already have your disabled veteran tags, you could be missing out on a ton of money. You can get your registration free for one car for disabled veteran tags if you are 50% or higher rated by the VA. Some things you need to know though. You need to get an authorization letter from your county or state VA office that says you are 50% or higher and some other administrative stuff. Then you'll take that authorization letter in to your DMV and get your disabled veteran tags for one vehicle. Once you get those disabled veteran tags for that one vehicle, that registration is free for every year. You don't have to refile every year though. So get those disabled veteran tags, save some money on your registration.
And for us, you have 100% rating. On top of that, when you go through the process, and anybody that's in the military that's out of the military, they will tell you this. All my military people that got that DV or you fight for your benefits, jump in the comment section and let these folks know what's going on. The goal is what? To get to that 100% rating. So let me break it down for you a little bit more. On top of having the 100% rating, we also have PNT, which means permanent and total.
The benefits to you with a 100% permanent and total rating are on an entirely different stratosphere than a regular 100% disability rating. I believe that a permanent and total rating, the gap between that and just a regular 100% is massive, to the point where you really want that permanent and total designation.
The PNT, they're gonna leave you alone, but you get a check for the rest of your life. If your spouse died, let's say you're the person that is a disabled veteran and they die, then you get a check for the rest of your life being married to them. You don't get the same amount of money, but you still get a check for the rest of your life. So let's go even deeper with it, because I'm CJ on 32's biggest hater, because he got all the cars, he got all the jewelry, he got all the women, he got everything that I want, right? According to his haters, and ninjas be wearing jealousy like a cologne. That was somebody said it in my comment section. So you go through the process, the government don't want to give you that money. You didn't did your service, they don't want to give you that money. So it may take you 2 years, it may take you 3 years, it may take you 5 years. Some people, it takes 10 years for them to get the rating that they need. Now here's what happens. Here's something beautiful that happens. They give you back pay. So if you've been waiting for 5 years to get to that rating, once you hit that rating, depending on what it is, because some people go like 30, then they go to 60, then 100, or they go, it just depends. Everybody's situation a little bit different. But once you hit a certain rating, you get a back pay check, retroactive back pay. And some of these checks, be $100,000 or more. For example, when was it? Veterans Day, you know, they give out free meals to the veterans. We was out and about, and there was an older black gentleman, I don't like to use the word gentleman, and the reason for that, I'm big on words. Older black man, that was getting some food. He said, you get your back pay? He was like, yep. He said, I got mine. And I bought me a house, I bought me a boat. He said, that money go fast. He basically, his back pay was over $200,000. On top of the money that he gets monthly for the rest of his life. His back pay was over $200,000. So just imagine waking up and boom, you got $200,000 in your account. Woo! Now, I'm being honest. I'm going to be honest. Y'all know I ain't finna flex. I ain't got no reason to flex. When we got our back pay, we didn't get no $200,000. We didn't get no $200,000 retroactive back pay. But we did get some retroactive back pay. I'm just saying, how much did we get? That ain't really none of your business. But no, when that thing hitting that account, okay. And then when that 100% hitting it, you get that monthly check, okay. With having 100% disabled veteran status, PNT, TDIU, that means if I want to sit here on my closed-in porch, I'm still working on it, and scratch my balls for the rest of my life, I can do that without ever having to get on YouTube. I will give you a little bit of insight of how much it is. We're gonna say it's close to $5,000 because of the dependents that we have. So let's do the math. Let's say it's $5,000. Take 5,000 times that times 12. That would be the baseline amount of money that don't have to work for. And guess what? It's tax-free. So on top of it being tax-free, here's the beautiful part about it. When you go get a loan, or you'll get a car loan or a mortgage or whatever, they gross it up. When you go apply for stuff, you go get a credit card, they gross it up. So they gross it up typically 25%. So you take the 5,000, we're just using that as a base number. I ain't gonna tell you exactly, but if you know, you can do the research. Eventually, with what's known as COLA, cost of living adjustment, it goes up every single year, tax-free. But like I was saying, they gross it up 25%. So you take that 5,000 times it times 12, and then you take that number and then you times that by 25%. Then you add that number, and then that's what they're saying overall that it would reflect that you would make if you were working, which I think that's going to put you in about the $70,000 range. That means that we have about $70,000 of income coming in every single year, get this, that we ain't got to work for no more. But I'm a hater. The average salary is what, 50, 55? We can stretch and say 60?
Today's question was, what is the average salary in America per month? You asked for average, but I'm going to answer your question in 3 different ways. I'm going to start with median income because I think that's a better representation, meaning 50% make more and 50% make less. Median household income in the United States is about $74,000. When we look at all workers, it's about $48,000 for men. For women, again, this is median income divided by 12. Here's their monthly income. When we look at just full-time workers, it increases a little bit. These individuals work 40 hours, so they're working more hours, and they make a median income of about $60,000. Here's the breakdown for men and women divided by 12. Here's their monthly income.
And they take taxes out of it. Oh man, y'all stay tuned, man. Stay tuned, because you know I'm CJ on 32's biggest hater, even though $70,000 sitting on my butt. You know, I don't sit on my butt, but I'm just saying, if I wanted to, if we wanted to, we could. That's not the case. I do YouTube. My wife also, she does YouTube because she has some channels that she does in regards to educational. We do YouTube because it falls under our business. We have a media company that we started. Prior to that, I had a cleaning service. No, prior to that, I was doing a nonprofit. My wife used to have a nonprofit back in the day. Prior to that, me personally, I had a cleaning service for like 12 years. It's probably a little bit longer than that, but 12 years I had a cleaning service where I had a contract. My main contract was with the American Legion. You go look up what the American Legion is. If you don't know, the American Legion is it's a military establishment.
On February 15th, 1919, an official meeting was held to discuss details on how to help solve the issues with veterans coming home.
There weren't any benefits for those who fought in World War I. You were given $60 and you got a train ticket to the closest station nearest your home.
The American Legion began their work by approaching Congress and lobbying for veterans' rights and benefits. As the Legion grew stronger in membership numbers, their programs also expanded.
It is a military establishment for veterans. I had a contract with them to clean the establishment under my cleaning service, which was Heaven to Earth Services. That was in Columbus, Georgia, right out of what's Fort Benning, Fort Stewart, but I call it Fort Benning. I think they changed it back. And I did that, and then I end up leaving that, moving my family out of state to basically start over from scratch. So we have our media company, and this is why we do YouTube videos, not because we have to do YouTube to make money, or some people do it out of desperation. I don't know where else to go. I mean, if that's your case, then that's your case. I would suggest not doing stuff out of desperation. This falls under our business. If I don't want to do YouTube, if we don't want to do YouTube, then guess what? We don't have to do YouTube. I got my notes here. And y'all do know that CJ has said multiple times that he rather be a family man in peace, enjoying his cars, instead of being on YouTube, right? CJ, this is what he said himself. He'd rather be a family man in peace, not even on YouTube. He'd rather be doing that than be on YouTube. He has a business. He has to run it. He does car content. The thing has obviously is grown. But the man said that he would rather, I want you to really get this, he would rather be a family man in peace, not on YouTube, than being on YouTube. Just because somebody doesn't agree with someone, it doesn't mean they are hating. So y'all thought I was hating on him because he got what I want. Now, I would love to have a Lamborghini, but I'm not in a position to buy a Lamborghini. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not in a position to buy a Lamborghini. Even if I had the money. Let's say I had a couple $100,000. Let's say I got a couple $100,000 in my, Fidelity account, because that's the level I'm on. Fidelity, investment account, stuff like that. But let's just say I have that level of money in there. For me, if I look in the account and say, okay, I can go buy this Lambo cash, I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna feel like I'm not in that position yet, because now I'm gonna take everything that I got to go buy this car. That's just me personally. So let's say I got $250,000 in the Fidelity investment account. But I'm gonna go buy a car for $250K? No, I need the $250K plus another $250K. So this is where the YouTube, the media company, YouTube falls under the media company, comes into play. You build the brand, you build the business, and then you use the money from that to pay for the toys, to pay for the Lamborghini, to pay for whatever it is. You don't go, I mean, you can, but I'm not gonna go take the whole money out of an investment account to go do that. See, some of y'all ain't ready for that type of conversation. So just because somebody doesn't agree with someone, it doesn't mean they are hating. Like, we as black folks, we are bad at saying that, because we have a twisted and wicked materialistic mindset. You see the way he's living, and then you see the way I'm living, and you say, well, can I say that? Or they gonna flag it? Negro, you ain't got no Lamborghini. You ain't got this, you ain't got that, you ain't got this, you ain't got that. So you're hating on him because you're speaking on it and you just want to be where he's at. When in reality, and CJ would probably admit this himself because he has admitted it, he would prefer to be where I'm at. Of course, with the cars and the money, but quiet, enjoying his family. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He would rather be where I'm at in that regard. I'm married. I've been married for 9 years. We 4 children in, and we may have some more. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm married. I've been married for 9+ years, and we 4 children in. We work together in this kingdom. We work together. If I'm doing the business, then guess what? It's a family business. You're going to work with me because something could happen to me. I want to make sure that my wife and my children are taken care of, which is why if I do or don't have the money to go buy a Lamborghini, I'm not in a position to go buy no Lamborghini. I'm just being honest. Let's say I got $250,000 in the bank account, or let's say $300,000. Me personally, I'm not in a position to go buy no Lambo. Because I need to make sure that my family is straight, that the investments that I'm investing in is straight, and they doing what they're supposed to do. I need to make sure that my children have financial literacy. I need to set their accounts up. Because we go through Fidelity.
Let's talk about the difference between a UTMA or UGMA account and a 529 plan. UTMA stands for Uniform Transfer to Minor Act. It's basically a custodial brokerage account or a way to invest on behalf of a child or loved one before they are of the age 18. And a 529 plan is a college savings plan.
I need to set their Fidelity accounts up and put money in their accounts and let it grow over the time period of years. Because my children are young. I got a 7-year-old, I got a 5-year-old, I got a 2-year-old. My daughter's 2. The other 2 so far, those boys. And then I got my 4-month-old, my newborn, my son. That's the type of level I'm on. So when I say that I ain't in no position to buy no Lamborghini, that's what I mean. My focus is on other stuff. Lamborghinis, they'll come later. But that's everybody's life path is different in regards to how you get somewhere. But we all end up in the same place, dead and what's the noise? Probably them deer. Dead, and then then comes the judgment. So am I hating on CJ? No, I'm just focused on other stuff. I don't know what he's going to do with his money. I don't know what he does with his money. That's in that regard, it's none of my business, but it's my business in the sense of me speaking and saying, I hope that he does the right thing with his money. I hope that he takes that money and invests it. That's just wise. You can sit here and make YouTube content all day and the checks coming in and stuff, but eventually the checks could stop. The point of getting the YouTube money is to take that YouTube money and invest it. Go buy, land. You don't have to live on the land. Go buy land, houses, your portfolio, stuff like that. Insurance policy. I don't know if he has an insurance policy. Do you have an insurance policy? If I was him, I would have at least $1 million insurance policy. So if I'm speaking these things, it's not because I'm hating. If I'm making these videos, it's not because I'm hating, it's actually because I care. I want the videos to get back to him. And if they don't get back to him, I want them to get to you that's watching it. This is why we call it the life of a real king. My life, I live my life as a real king, and I expect and I want each and every one of you to do the same thing. Carry yourself as royalty, and your life will be different. Y'all around here carrying yourself as peasants. Y'all know where we came from. I mean, we can go into that, but most what I believe is most black people suffer from what I call SOS, and this is called shiny object syndrome, and I call it SOS because y'all need help. You see the cars, you see the rims that he had, you see the jewelry, and you're jealous of it. Now, you'll turn around and you say that I'm the one that's jealous. I'm trying to figure out why would I be jealous when I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my thing. I'm enjoying my family. I'm enjoying my wife. I'm enjoying my portion that I have been given. I am enjoying my journey. It's one thing to get to the destination, but y'all have gotten weary of enjoying the journey. You have gotten weary of the trials and tribulations, of the challenges, which is why you tap out. Majority of the people that defend CJ tooth and nail have become cult followers. They have taken on a cult type of mentality. I'm not saying that he is a cult leader. We're talking about most of the followers. Most of the followers have taken on a cult type of behavior. Tooth and nail, they would defend this man like he is their Messiah. He is their car Messiah, and he had done no sin in his life or in the car culture. Like, man, stop it. Stop it. Like, if you actually listen to these people, they will defend this man tooth and nail. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't defend him if he's in the right, but the man ain't always in the right. And he'll tell you that. None of us is always in the right. I tell you that. I'm not always in the right. I do wrong. But when I do wrong, I take it within myself because of God's grace to reflect on that and say, you know what, that was wrong. Let me do better. Let me go ahead and prepare myself now. Let me go ahead and humble myself now. So if the opportunity arises, then I can do better, because there may not be another opportunity. You may not get another opportunity to do right again. But if you don't prepare yourself to do right, to do better, then when you do get another opportunity, what are you going to do? You're going to do the same thing, or you're going to end up doing worse. The main reason most of CJ's followers call other people's hater isn't because that person is actually a hater most of the time. It's because they themselves desire the lifestyle of CJ. Yet they will never, I'm going to say this again, I'm going to say it 2 times, yet they will never have it because they refuse to put in the work themselves. CJ has become their idol. Whether he knows it or not, whether he accepts it or he doesn't accept it, of course he would get on video, he would tell you, hey, don't idolize me. But you shouldn't. That man put his, we say, he put his pants on just like we put our pants on. The real haters are the ones that desire his lifestyle, but they don't want to put the work in to get that lifestyle because they lazy as hell. They lazy ninjas. I'm gonna get ahead of myself. Many times CJ himself has said all the stuff is material that can be here today and gone tomorrow. But y'all do not seem to get that. All you see is Lambo, McLaren, Lambo, SVJ, Aventador, doors go up. Oh my Lord. That's all y'all can think about. Because you wish to have that. Come on now. The Lambo is that thing crazy. And you know he has his way of doing his cars. I'm not taking that from him. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm a car guy. It could be a bicycle, it could be a scooter. If that thing is nice, it's nice. That's just me. I'm gonna give you a little bit of history later. Most people watch CJ because they desire to have what they will never have. Because again, ninjas is lazy overall. Let's just be real. And if you don't believe me, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that we collectively as black folks or people of color, whatever term you want to use, yeah, I know we ain't technically black, my beard, and this would be more so black, but y'all know what I'm saying. Prove me wrong that overall we as a people that we ain't lazy. Or we haven't gotten lazy. Now, the power to not be lazy is within us. But having the power and using the power are 2 different things. People say that knowledge is power. That's true to a certain extent, but I'm going to take you to a higher level. Y'all ready? Knowledge is power. But what you do with that knowledge is even more powerful. I'm going to say it one more time. Knowledge is power. But what you do with that knowledge is even more powerful. You could take and you can watch all the YouTube videos you want, have all the best equipment. You could be able to shoot a full-blown movie. You could tell everybody about everything when it comes to YouTube production, editing, and so on and so on. But if you never take all that knowledge you have and all that equipment and put it in action, what does it mean? What does it mean? So this is what I mean when I talk about that ninjas overall are lazy. Our people have become lazy. It's not that we were born lazy, because that's the first thing from the truth. We have become lazy. This society of America has made us lazy. This society has took the fight out of a lot of y'all, and then you get jealous about what somebody else has, and then because of your own insecurities, we're going to define jealousy. Because of your own insecurities and your own, you having the, you don't having the balls to overcome circumstances, you label other people haters. I'm on YouTube. I'm striving to get monetized. I'm making the content. I'm spending my money. That's just the money that we get from the military. That's not including other monies that we get from work and stuff like that, from different investments. I'm taking my own money and investing it into this. But y'all saying that I'm a hater when I don't even have to do this if I don't want to. That military check come every month, and it cash is good. And this house that we got here, We don't owe too much on. I could have been paid it off, but like I said before, there's no rush for me to pay it off. The payments is only $225. Y'all stay tuned to the channel because I'm gonna show you how we was able to do that. It's not what you think. Oh, I gotta do this list and that list and this list and that list and this list and that list. No. I'm gonna show you how we was able to get a house for $10,000. Renovate that house, and that house is worth now over $150,000, and we put about $50,000 to $60,000 in this house. We're gonna say it has doubled in value, and then we're gonna do some more stuff that's gonna add more value to it. Everything in timing. You know, I don't just jump out here. Well, I strive not to, because I've done it before. I ain't gonna lie. I strive not to just jump out there. If I jump out there, it's because I've done my research. And I'm ready. But stay tuned for the other video because we're going to speak about those different things. But if you ain't tuning in because you ain't subscribed, how you going to know? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So prove me wrong about us not becoming more lazy overall. We have more opportunity than our ancestors, yet are further behind than even the days of the civil rights movement. We have more opportunities than our ancestors, yet we are further behind than what our people were in the days of the civil rights movement. Let that sink in. Moment of silence. Moment of silence. Good Lord. Good Lord. Now, when I watch CJ, I watch for the car content, yes, because I'm a car guy. I've been a car person since I was little. You know how some people say, "Oh, he put a basketball in his crib, or football, or baseball, or whatever." For me, they put a car in my crib. if they put anything in my crib, they put a model car, because I've been in the cars since I knew what a car was, just in me. We used to hook up bicycles, paint the bicycles and stuff. Put a little thing in the wheel so it make the noise. Get the different color tires. I had the remember they came out the tires. They had the different color tires, like the white wall, the blue wall tire for your bicycles and everything. It started as that. No, matter of fact, let's go back. We had the model cars. Remember you used to go to Walmart. You go to Walmart and you get the model cars in the kit and put them together. Man, we used to get those. We used to paint them and put rims and everything on it and everything. Man, those are the days. Then we used to do bicycles. Then we got old enough to drive. We fixing our own cars, old schools. Like those were the days. I remember those days. Those were fun times. Now it's a little bit more serious. Now I'm doing the same thing that I was doing before. Rather, I'm watching other people's car content or I fixing my own cars. The difference is I'm striving to use what I'm doing to get monetized. It's like, if I'm going to spend this money on these vehicles anyway, why not get paid for doing it? Why not get paid from YouTube for doing this, or I should say the advertisers? I'm not monetized yet, but we are striving to get there. So, I'm just being real. But I also watch for the story. I love the fact that he went from a convicted felon to doing what he is doing now. He is a living example. He's a living example. Matter of fact, he's a living example for a lot of y'all that watch him. But the crazy thing is, y'all spend more time watching him than you do. Do I need to finish that sentence? Y'all spend more time watching him than you do. Do I need to finish that sentence? Y'all spend more time watching this man than y'all do putting in your own life, building your own YouTube channel if that's what you want to do. It doesn't even have to be YouTube, but y'all spend more time watching his life than you spend building your own life. Oh my God. Oh my, can I get a like for the algorithm? Like if that wasn't if that wasn't a bar, I don't know what is. These folks spend more time watching him than they spend building their own life. I need something in my cup, man. I need a shot of vodka or something. Because this is ridiculous. Now you see, everybody, you might not be where I'm at. You may not be where other people is at. If I want to sit on my butt and watch this man life from the comfort of my home, guess what? I can do that. Because my finances are in order in that regard. And they still ain't where I want them to be. But if I want to do that, I can do that. Our overhead in regards to our bills isn't high. But can you afford to do that? Can you afford to sit here and watch this man every single day? And why are you watching this man, but then you ain't even taking what he's saying and applying it to your own life? He'll tell you that. So if I am watching him, I'm watching him because the car content, I love it. 2, I love the story. I love the story. It hits near and dear to my heart. Why? Because when I was younger, 17, 18, really when I was 15 years old, I did dumbass stuff and got myself into trouble at a young age, not having the proper guidance. That ended up putting me in jail. I did fair time. I did 18 months fair time. I myself am a convicted felon. Now, after the fact, I went to the military and stuff and everything, but I'm just being honest. I'm a convicted felon myself. So the story hits home to me. I have no reason to hate on this man. Me being a convicted felon and him being a convicted felon, me being in the position where I'm at, I don't do that stuff no more. And it's crazy because if I knew what I knew, I would have never, I'm gonna say never because we still do stupid stuff, right? But most likely, I would have not done the stuff that I done because everything that I was doing, guess what I was doing? Because I wanted to run a business. I wanted to make the money on the streets. I said, I'm gonna take it, which would have been money laundering, right? Just to be real. I didn't know that. I didn't know nothing about no money laundering, racketeering and stuff like that, but that's what it would have been. If I would have took the money I was making from the streets and then washed it by starting legit businesses, that would have been money laundering. But that's what I was striving to do. I'm gonna make this money, I'm gonna take this money, and I'm gonna start me legit businesses. If I would have known what I know now, having the right guidance, which I didn't have, which a lot of us, we don't have growing up, to be real, then most likely I would have been further ahead in regards to businesses. Because business is in us, business is in me, maybe it's not in you. When I was doing illegal stuff, I had to set up as a business. So I'm here for the story. I love the story. I love the fact that this man went from a convicted felon doing what he's doing now. I'd rather him do what he's doing now. I'd rather him do what he's doing than be in the streets and end up like old buddy that got popped. How can I hate on that? So you telling me that I'm a convicted felon that's hating on another convicted felon that turned his life around when I have my life turned around? I ain't in the streets. I'm a family man. I take care of my family. We investing. We enjoying each other. I put my seatbelt. You know what I'm saying? I strive to be a upstanding citizen. I strive to be the model of what it is to be rehabilitated and reformed. And no, federal prison did not reform me. God reformed me, because God is the one who got a hold of me and said, you dumb Negro, we'll put it like that. You need to sit your ass down, so I'm gonna lock you up so you can reflect on the stuff that you're doing, because I didn't make you to do this. Let me help guide you as my son. Here go the guidance. This is the way you do it. And that's where I'm at in life right now. My question again is, why aren't more blacks, what we call blacks, in better financial situations like himself? If y'all watching him, why aren't you in a better financial situation yourself? If it applies, it applies. If it don't, it don't. I mean, people get offended. Oh, why are you so offended? And I'll tell you why. You refuse to sacrifice. You refuse to change. You refuse to challenge yourself, but you claim to be a king. Y'all have come up with this mindset because you got SOS. You got the SOS syndrome, shiny object syndrome. That possessions make you a king. Let me ask you this about CJ specifically. If he lost everything, and he said this before, he if he loses it, he can get it back, and that's what will make him a king. If he lost everything, would he lose his status as a king? Would he cease to be a king if everything was stripped from him? If he lost the cars, the money, let's say the downfall of CJ, would he still be a king? He wouldn't be a king to a lot of y'all, because you elevate him and you exalt him simply because of the stuff that he has. Why? Because you want it, but you don't want to put in the work. That man could lose everything. If he still carries himself as a king, then guess what? He is still a king, because who you are as a king is inwardly. It's inwardly, and then you manifest it outwardly in regards to how you treat people. The number one job of a king is to serve the people. He happens to serve people through the car content. Now, there are certain things that he does in his kingdom that I don't agree with. I mean, I have that right to not agree with. I don't agree with him having as many baby mamas that he has, and having as many children that he has, the way that he had them. I don't agree with that. Don't mean that he can't do what he does. That's his life. He do it the way that he want to do it. But over here, what I believe, because I studied this stuff, the impact of broken homes on the children. I'm not just talking. We can see the impact of broken homes without even doing any studying. Like, come on, man. Some of y'all, a lot of us, we come from broken homes. We see the impact that has had on us and continues to have on us, coming from broken homes. Not having that generational wealth and everything being passed over. I studied this stuff. So I'm not just speaking on the perspective, oh, you just mad because you ain't got multiple women. I used to do and have multiple women back in the day. I don't want that lifestyle anymore, which is why I'm married with 4 children. I got tired of the lifestyle. And so when I got older, I started to study the psychological impact, not only of the people that are doing these different things, but more so the psychological impact that it has on the people that are affected by it. The children. Yes, he could be in their life or he could not be in their life. But let's just be real. What do we care about most as children when we're growing up? We don't care about no money. What do we care? We want time. We want our parents to be there. Because of the situation that we are in, my wife and I give my children that time every single day. I am an active father every single day. They see me every single day there. My children are homeschooled also. My wife, she mostly does the homeschooling. I do my own version of homeschooling in regards to what I need to teach them as men, and what I also need to instill in my daughter once she reaches that age. So I don't agree with that aspect of his kingdom, but he run his kingdom, he live his kingdom how he wants to. And another reason why I don't agree with is because CJ says he's a family man. He does not apologize for that. He has said out of his own mouth, he'd rather be a family man in peace, enjoying his cars, than to be on YouTube, spending time with his family, fishing and stuff like that. But hey, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm making stuff up. If y'all watching that much, then how come y'all don't know that? Again, you're not in a better financial situation. You're not in a better situation overall in life. Inwardly, it's just not about finances. Because you refuse to sacrifice, you refuse to change, and you refuse to challenge yourself. You keep on going through the same relationship problem that you're going through because you refuse to stop doing the same thing, stop talking to the same type of person. Let's look at the word jealousy. Jealous describes the emotion of possessiveness or fear of losing something or someone valuable to a perceived rival. CJ isn't my rival, and I'm not his rival. That man don't know nothing about me like that for me to even be his rival in that regard. And it can also refer to intense protectiveness, of one's own possessions or privacy. So am I jealous in that regard of my own possessions or privacy? Of course. The word can also mean being insecure, resentful, or fearful when someone else has something you desire. Am I insecure? No. No reason to be. Am I resentful? No reason to be. Am I fearful when someone else has something I desire? So am I fearful and I have jealousy in that regard because CJ got the Lambos, he got the lifestyle, he got the jewelry, he got the cars, he got the clothes, he got all these things I want. Let me think about it. No. You can make an argument about, oh, he got the designer clothes. I don't wear designer stuff. This shirt is a cheap shirt that I bought because I like what it says. I don't spend $1,000 on clothes. That's just how we rock over here. I actually have my own brand that I wear, my own clothing that I wear. I don't even promote it. I design my own clothes and I wear. Of course, you design it, you get it sent off, and then it gets shipped to you, and then I wear it. Most of the stuff that I wear is my own clothes that I design. Why? Because I want to wear my own clothing that expresses who I am instead of expressing somebody else's brand. Now CJ has his own brand, which is what? Expression of CJ on 32 ENT. But we know that he was also buying a whole bunch of designer clothes. Maybe he has a sponsorship with them or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying me personally, I don't do that. I don't do that. So I'm not desiring to have designer clothes. I'm not desiring to be jealous of the cars that he has because I got my own cars. I'm doing my own thing. We will work toward that goal and use the YouTube money to buy nicer cars. My investment money is my investment money. Our investment money is our investment money. Her investment money is her investment money. Why? Because we got separate accounts, but it's collectively together. I got an investment account for myself. My wife also has an investment account where I put money in both of them. So I'm not jealous of that. I'm not jealous of all the women that he has. Been there, done that. I'm married, been there, married for 9+ years, 4 children in. So I'm just saying. Let's break down some of these types of jealousy. You have possessive jealousy. This occurs when you fear that someone else might take something you already have or feel is yours. You have envious jealousy. This is when you desire something someone else possesses, such as their wealth, success, or possessions. I mean, you want to make the argument, you can make the argument. Key aspects of jealousy: insecurity, often rooted in feelings of insecurity about oneself or one's relationships. I'm not insecure about myself. I'm not insecure about my relationship with my wife. I'm not insecure about my relationship with my children. I'm not insecure about any relationship with anybody that I deal with because I deal with it how I deal with it. If I don't rock with a person, guess what? I don't rock with them. Just like, I give you an example. My used to be best friend. We was friends for, oh my God, since we was, small, in elementary school. When we got older, he was wanting to continue the same lifestyle. I stopped being his friend because I didn't want to keep on doing the same thing. Sleeping around with all these different women. I wanted a different a path, and I want to go in a different direction with my life. So I separated myself and I let it be known, like, I can't rock with you no more, man, unless you're gonna change. And he's still doing the same thing. He's married now, but he's still doing the same thing. When I do talk to you, all you doing is complaining, but then you don't listen. And that's what you used to do when we was children. Complain, but you don't listen. You still doing the same thing. So I'm not insecure about a relationship because I let it be known what it is. I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing. Like, bruh, if you gonna be doing that, then we can't. I love you, man, but we can't rock like that. We can't. You get yourself together, then you come holler at me. Then you have comparison, involves comparing oneself to others. I don't compare myself to CJ, and guess what? CJ has said that himself. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Then you have complex emotion. It can encompass various feelings like anger, fear, resentment, or inadequacy. And that's a big one right there. A lot of you, because you see how he's living, it makes you feel inadequate. So you defend him because at the end of the day, you want his lifestyle. You want his lifestyle. If somebody came right now and said, hey, I will take CJ out and put you right there and replace him, y'all would do that. If somebody presented that to me, I'd be like, nah, no, I don't want to do that. I want CJ to be CJ, but I also want me to be me. I don't want to replace him. I want to be me. I want my own life, my own children, my own wife, my own cars, my own journey, my own trials and tribulations, my own success. Yeah, I want his success too, because he is his own person. Just like I'm my own person. Then that guy going up in that land, gotta go tell him he can't be up there. Here we go. This video is for all the people that have put CJ on a pedestal when he never asked for y'all, for y'all to put him there. Let's go ahead and close it out. So a king is defined as a ruler, family, race, leader of the people. The root of it is kin. It also means to give birth to your own kind. To give birth to your own kind. If I'm going to be CJ on 32's biggest hater, according to his haters, I was taught and I learned that if you're going to do something, do it to the fullest. So if I'm going to be his biggest hater, I'm going to be his biggest hater. At the end of the day, y'all don't really care about that man. Because if you did, then, especially if you're in his circle, you would correct him on certain things. You wouldn't be a yes man. Yes man, yes man, yes man. Yes, 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 yes. I'm 100% sure he don't like that. I'm 1,000% sure he don't like that.